Is there any concept of atonement in Islam? And if there is, how would you be able to bridge that then to show them that even in your system of belief, there is actually need and necessity of an atonement?
Yeah. Well, it kind of depends on what sect of Islam you're talking to. So Shia might have a little more of a readiness to accept atonement, where some Sunnis do not. But there's two stories in the Quran, actually. Well, there's a couple of verses in the Quran that I think actually point towards it. First, I pointed out that our sin is so heinous that God would destroy the whole world if he were to judge us according to our sin. So clearly we can't be the solution because we're the problem. So we need some kind of redemption. But there's also a story in the Quran that's very similar to the biblical story. When Abraham takes his son up a mountain, his firstborn son up a mountain to sacrifice him, the son is going to be the sacrifice, but then God stops Abraham. And the Quran actually says that he ransomed him with a momentous sacrifice. He ransomed Abraham's son. And Muslims celebrate Adha, Eid al-Adha, all over the world, which is a commemoration of this, by slaughtering a lamb. So the question is this: if it was just a test of Abraham's faith, would he actually sacrifice his son if God asked him? Why provide a noble ransom? Why provide that? Because the Bible actually goes further. It says the reason why is because we need a sacrifice that doesn't come from us, it comes from God. And in fact, when Abraham's son asks him, "Father, where's the sacrifice?" Abraham says, God himself will provide. So you can see hints of redemption even within the Quranic stories that are taking from what the Bible says. But there's another couple of verses in the Quran that says, so when it comes to sin, no bearer of burdens can bear the burden of another. And I agree with that. If I have to bear my own sin burden, I can't bear yours. But Jesus, even in the Quran, by the way, is sinless. He has no burdens of his own to bear. Therefore, he can bear yours and he can bear mine. So if God is just, and payment must be made for sin, and Jesus has no payments of his own to make, he can step in and pay ours for us.